Nanya, welcome in. Sophia! Matt! How the fuck are you? Thanks again last night for just being so vulnerable. Ah, I almost messaged you, Matt, because I had a moment with my husband. Oh, dang. Okay, I'll tell you later. It reminded me of the conversation and I wanted to share. So next time you have more time. Sophia, hello.
How are you? The lighting doesn't seem to be good here. Let me try something with my
Okay.
tablet.
Okay, maybe 10 minutes. I'll try to make it quick. Okay, so Matt, so we got off live last night, okay? And then I was all over the place. And uh I was telling my husband about the live. I was stressing about grocery shopping. There was rats getting into the garage. I was all over the place, right? I'm gonna try not to cry. So he grabs me, pulls me in, and says, I see you. You're okay. I see all of these things that are happening to you, and probably all of these things that you think I'm thinking. You're safe. And I just, like a little girl, sank into his hug. And this goes two ways, right? Is we were talking about receiving. I could have easily, and I used to take this as, oh, you just think I'm weak, like all of these things, right? Instead of just receiving the love and understanding and care that he's giving me. It was a beautiful moment. Um, for all my anxious baddies out there and their poor husbands who are trying to love them. It's a struggle. The struggle is real. But that made me think of what you could do, Matt, and showing up. And not saying that that's going to be for like every person doesn't need the same thing, but as moms, as wives, I I'm a work stay-at-home mom, and so there's so much guilt in that I'm unpacked today. It was a lot, Matt. It was a lot. I was like, holy shitballs. Hi, beautiful.
Yeah, so this is better. I think the other one was a little
That one is much clearer.
okay. And you can hear me, and thank you very much for all your patience.
Can.
And I
Of
heard the
course.
story. That's a lovely story.
Thank you. So, and thank you, Matt, for being vulnerable last night because it really helped me lean into that and receive that. Um, so yeah. Hi, Mama. We're gonna let the room build up just a few minutes, Sophia, so we can get settled in and just kind of chat. Jessica, welcome in. Hello, Debbie, welcome in. Freddie, welcome in. No, we love those questions, and that's what the space is for. So thank you for basically taking advantage of what we're offering. Like that's we love that. Billy, welcome in. We're gonna get started in just a few minutes, guys. This is my lovely friend Sophia. Okay. Mhm. How is your day today, Sophia?
Oh, it's been good. I in number 8 day fast.
Oh, major kudos. I was fasting since yesterday and thought I was gonna die.
I This is my fourth time doing it, but now I got it to a science.
Mm.
So after day 5, I add a teaspoon of ghee. I split it half and half. I also took spices
Mm.
And I took a lot of salt because I have low blood pressure. And the last time I thought I was fainting, I was having, so I loaded up on the salt, and up to day 5, I was tired and sluggish. And now day 8,
Mm.
I'm actually okay. I'm debating if I should go day 10 and then stop. My bones start protruding. I'm not doing it for weight. I'm doing
Right.
it
For health. Yes.
just to detox. And trauma gets stored in our tissues, and a lot of times in the abdominal one. And there's some stuff you can add, which I'm not going to discuss here, some little substances that will release the trauma. And to be quite honest, some strange memories showed up for me that I didn't.
Oh.
And I had an extremely good reframe on experience, and I was shocked because I've tapped on it so many times, and it was a complete reframe. So a victimized story that I used to have turned out, you know what, that was the best thing that could have happened to me.
Mm. I love that
So
for you.
yeah, so that, but I'll stick with it once a year. It's not
Right.
something
Right.
I, I want to do all the time. And
Got you. Got you.
yeah. And the ghee does wonders for people who have abdominal issues.
Mm. I love
And
that.
yeah. So yeah, we'll see what. And I'm very clear. My intuition kind of lightened up a little bit, which was good. Um, so today, actually, I could physically do stuff. Let's see how tomorrow goes. But I do miss food.
I bet.
Yeah,
Major kudos because it's not easy to do that. It's definitely a mental game.
it is. But there's you don't have to go so crazy and strict and go 10 days with no food. So there's 3 to 5, and this is not my info, it's from doctors that I read. So autophagy starts from 3 to 5. And autophagy means, it's a Greek word, which I know very well, to eat your own cells, because I'm Greek. So it eats up your own cells. And you want to make it to that window. And also, new stem cells get produced. For people, which is very common, that have digestive issues, by day 6, I can't remember if it's 5 or 6, you have a complete new set of cells. And
You're speaking
so,
my language, girl. I love this stuff.
yeah. And so, day 5 or 6, as long as it's not a carbohydrate and it's pure fat, whether it's MTC oil or ghee in small doses, because you get a brain fog. I had a brain fog, and it 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 clears out, and now you're supporting your intestinal tract. And for anybody who wants to fast, you will get physical symptoms show up. I got these weird pains for a second. I panicked, and because I do German new medicine, it's the body healing. So I spoke to it nicely. I would get these weird pains out of nowhere. My knees were locking in, my shoulder,
Mm.
especially my left hip bone. So it's usually under valuation, the hip bone.
Ashley.
Uh, and so I spoke to it nicely, and I said it's okay to have it. Next day it cleared.
Mm.
So yeah.
It
So I
reminds
think
me of
once,
Dr. Emoto's talk speaking to the water. And since our body
absolutely,
is made up of mostly
out of
water,
water, absolutely.
I love that. Welcome in, everybody. We'll get started in just a minute. Hi, Ashley. Let me send it out to a few more people and then we'll go ahead and jump in. We want to honor your time and everybody's time. Um, how come it won't let me share it? Oh, here it is. What we got? Um, Mom's already in here. Okay. Mason, welcome in. Okay. Oh, that didn't it didn't even go through. The technology the last few weeks. Holy moly.
I know. My computer is slow. I have these weird glitches.
I could not for the life of me get my Zoom to work. It was crazy. Okay. Ba, ba, ba. Okay. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for being here. I know it's an odd day. Normally, we don't meet on Tuesdays, but we have a beautiful guest with us today, and so we are doing that. And I'm excited to welcome Sophia into the space. She's a certified EFT practitioner, neuro change consultant who helps folks shift limiting beliefs and regulate their nervous system. Yes, please, and thank you. And to actually feel safe and thriving, which is a huge contrast to our survival that we have been stuck in for our whole lives. So we'll talk about real tools for stress, anxiety, and creating lasting change. And especially if you've done all the things and still feel stuck. So if this is you and you're ready to reclaim your power and receive some ease, more love, and freedom in your body and life, this is the live for you. And I think we're going to do some live, what is the word, Sophia?
Live EFT demonstration.
There you go. That's what we're going to do. Heather, welcome in. Okay. So, Sophia, welcome.
Thank you for having me on your TikTok, and it's an honor. And I'm really here to serve anybody who's been stuck because I know how horrible it is to be stuck because I was for years, and be terrified to feel your emotions and either get busy, distracted, or have some addiction. Mine was to find a project. Oh, whatever. But it's still finding a project to do is not helping your body. And sooner or later, the body says enough. Not to mention, you can actually destroy your relationships, which I actually did at the time. Uh, and feeling always victimized with the news. And the thing, which I'm still working on, that most of us have, I'm not good enough. And this anxiety that comes on because you're constantly projecting your past to the future, trying to figure out what's going to happen, trying to control it, and it doesn't pan up. And that's it. So, however, I can help anybody to be with more ease and really become the true creators of their lives, because that's why we're here right now. We're not here anymore to be the slaves or the victims or whatever you want to call it.
Yes. Could you just tell everybody really what EFT is in
So, clinical EFT, which is what I do, is evidence based EFT. So, there's a lot of clinical trials, and it's a combination of cognitive psychotherapy with tapping on the body's meridians, basically having acupuncture without needles. And that's what it is. And how it's believed to work is emotions, which is energy in motion, carries information. When it's not felt, it it stays in the body, and so tapping by us feeling it gets released. So a common thing that most people believe, out of sight, out of mind, it doesn't work that way. Energy can never be created or destroyed. It can only be transmuted. So all the emotions that we didn't feel are accumulated in your tissues. And for women, often in the pelvic floor and in the abdominal area. And that's really very harmful for us. And so EFT releases these emotions, and usually after the emotional release, you have a cognitive shift and a reframe, and you say, you know what, that was the best thing that could have happened, or I did the best I could given the circumstances, but next time it happens, I can do it differently. And maybe I distorted the situation because that happens too. So, whatever it is, it is. So that's what EFT is in a nutshell. And I'd like to give some information that most people don't talk about EFT. When you're physically tapping, the body feels safe because if T Rex was right here, you wouldn't be physically tapping. So just the act of
Mm.
tapping makes the body feel safe. And after a few rounds, I do a method where you breathe in your abdomen, so your diaphragm is moving. Your brain waves change to alpha waves, which is a very good state to be because in beta brain waves, you've activated your sympathetic nervous system, your flight, fight, freeze. So there's a lot of benefits with EFT, and we know it down regulates many genes of disease, and it down regulates six stress genes, and one of them is cortisol.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Does anybody have any questions before we begin about that? Mm. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for being here. And remember, we love questions. If you guys have questions, throw them in the chat. We do have mods here. Tara, it's me. So she's watching the chat for us. She's here and has our back. So if anybody needs anything, just make sure you tag her or reply to her. Okay. And if you guys have questions, put them in the chat and then we'll get to them as we see them. Okay, Sophia, do you want to jump into something? Do you have something specific that you want to share with everybody or?
No, if you wanted, would do a live demo, I'm happy to do. Pick a topic you want to work on, and as long as it's a topic you can be transparent and open and vulnerable,
Right, right.
and then whatever goes, and we'll try and see. I don't know. We did it last time to connect to your future self.
Um, I, I can't remember. I did quite a few different coaching sessions with a few different coaches in the same time frame. Did we do like a time collapse where you had me um imprint that on every? Okay, yeah, that was so impactful.
Okay, so I'll have you first find your future self and then do what that is called a reimprint, and that's part of hacking reality.
That Yeah, that was amazing. I had not heard that anywhere. And that really stood out. That was amazing.
Okay, so let me make a comment for the audience so they know.
Mm-hmm.
So, traumatic memories are stored in the hippocampus, and there are high definition versus black and white or low definition. And they're not properly time stamped, which means the emotions and all the stuff is not, because our life is picture frame, just like in a movie reel. So when traumatic memories happen, they're not properly time stamped, and any trigger reactivates them. So EFT removes the emotion to neutralize it. And so we're pruning that synaptic connection, and the re-imprinting puts a new memory in place with a positive emotion and a new belief. And if you practice it for a few days in a row, you actually move to a parallel timeline. That's actually what you did.
Yeah, which like Heather said, it makes so much sense. Um, yeah, it was really cool. Thank you
Excellent.
for taking the time to explain that because I know that um, our community loves understanding what is happening and why things work the way they do and why you do the things that you do. They're hungry to learn. So thank you for taking the time to explain that.
Okay, so I'm ready.
Okay, so now let me think. Um, I remembered to pick a topic and then forgot. So let me just check in with myself really fast. Okay. So this is actually something that kind of I had an aha moment today. So it's still fairly fresh as a perspective shift.
Oh, that's fine.
Um Logically, I know that time with myself is so important and I love it and I value it. And connection to myself. What I didn't realize that I was doing subconsciously was filling my time, even with beautiful connections, to avoid feeling guilty for taking time to do nothing.
Okay, so what is the belief for doing nothing, which would be taking time with yourself, right? So consider that nothing. You've already labeled it and you've already judged it.
Yes. I think that there's two things that come up around that. One is um I'm just going to say the words that come up. Spoiled. Like why do I get the opportunity to just do nothing while my husband is working? So that comes up. And then lazy comes up.
Okay, and so the emotion
So
of guilt,
guilt comes up.
guilt comes up, and who do you recall between your growing up making any comments about not working or people who don't work and take time for themselves being spoiled? Or was anybody judged with that?
Um, my poor mom's in the chat. Mom, I love you. I think watching my mom struggle maybe with the same thing and I didn't know it.
So your mom didn't have time to take time for herself, or she felt guilty when she took time for herself?
I didn't really see her take time for herself.
You didn't
I
see
don't
her.
think.
Okay. So if you were to scan your body, where is the guilt in the body?
Ooh, immediately right here.
So upper
I
chest.
know, Mom. Mom, I had a lot of aha moments today. I can't wait to share with you.
And it's lovely your mom is here.
She's a
And
rock star.
and if your mom is here and she taps along, you get what they call borrowing benefits because you're in the same bloodline.
Let's go, Mom.
And anybody else
Denzel
can
with
get
the mom.
borrowing benefits because everybody else is a reflection of each other.
Mm.
So from 1 to 10, how much is the guilt?
9.
Okay, that's pretty high. So let's see if we can bring it down. So we're not going to do the traditional words that everybody does. We'll still do regular EFT, but we're going to do EFT was someone who created logosynthesis. And it's basically certain words that trigger certain stuff in our body. So you're going to follow me. I think you can see me. So I just want to make sure you can see this part. And this is the anger point. So you know. And then we're going to do here, which is by the side of our bras. Okay?
Okay.
And then two more points, the wrists and here, and then the rest I think you can fully see. So I retrieve all of my energy.
I retrieve all of my energy.
Uh, can you bring it forward more in the
Yeah,
crown?
let me move my hair.
And I want you to be breathing in your abdomen and
Okay.
your awareness on your chest, because awareness is consciousness and breath is bringing spirit and prana in the body, in the abdomen. So let's go. I retrieve all of my energy.
I retrieve all of my energy.
Bound up in this guilt.
Bound up in this guilt.
That I'm spoiled if I take time for myself.
That I'm spoiled if I take time for myself.
And my husband is working.
And my husband is working.
And I take it back cleansed.
And I take it back cleansed.
To the right place within myself.
To the right place within myself.
And I remove.
And I remove.
All non-me energy.
All non-me energy.
Bound up in this guilt.
Bound up in this guilt.
That spending time with myself.
That spending time with myself.
Means that I'm lazy.
Means that I'm lazy.
And I feel guilty when my husband is working.
And I feel guilty when my husband is working.
And this guilt is in my chest.
And this guilt is in my chest.
From my cells.
From my cells.
From my bodies.
From my bodies.
My personal space.
My personal space.
And I send it back cleansed.
And I send it back cleansed.
Where it truly belongs.
Where it truly belongs.
And it's around the ears. And I retrieve.
And I retrieve.
All of my energy.
All of my energy.
Bound up to all of my reactions.
Bound up to all of my reactions.
To all of this guilt in my chest.
To all of this guilt in my chest.
So much guilt in my chest.
So much guilt in my chest.
That taking time for myself.
Taking time for myself.
Means I'm spoiled.
Means I'm spoiled.
And I shouldn't be doing it while my husband is working.
And I shouldn't be doing it while my husband is working. My husband is working.
And I label myself as lazy.
And I labeled myself as lazy.
And part of it is from social programming.
And part of it is from social programming.
Society has programmed us.
Society has programmed us.
To be always doing.
To always be doing.
Yet too much doing.
Yet too much doing.
Actually, it was causes disease.
Is actually what causes disease.
Because we don't take time.
Because we don't take time.
To tune in with ourselves.
To tune in with ourselves.
Our higher selves.
Our higher selves.
And what our body needs.
And what our body needs.
The body is the servant.
The body is the servant.
And when we're not present.
And when we're not present.
Spending time with ourselves.
Spending time with ourselves.
It follows the mind.
It follows the mind.
And we know very well that the mind creates stories.
And we know very well that the mind creates stories.
So if we want to be attuned with ourselves.
So if we want to be in tune with ourselves.
And respect our body.
and respect our body
so it can respect us back.
so it can respect us back.
We need to tune in.
We need to tune in.
And I take all this energy
And I take all this energy
that cleansed within myself.
back cleansed myself.
And I release all emotional attachments
And I release all emotional attachments
to this belief,
to this belief.
taking time to enjoy myself with myself
Taking time to enjoy myself with myself
is lazy.
is lazy.
I release all emotional attachments
I release all emotional attachments
to not wanting to feel guilty.
to not wanting to feel guilty.
And I release all emotional attachments
And I release all emotional attachments
to feeling guilty.
to feeling guilty.
And I release all emotional attachments to the perception that I'm spoiled.
And I release all emotional attachments to the perception that I am spoiled.
And I release all emotional attachments
And I release all emotional attachments
to not wanting to be spoiled.
to not wanting to be spoiled.
And I release all emotional attachments
And I release all emotional attachments
to everyone and anyone,
to everyone and anyone,
known and unknown,
known and unknown,
who has programmed me
who has programmed me
to feel guilty,
to feel guilty,
feel spoiled
feel spoiled
when I take time for myself.
when I take time for myself.
And I send this energy
And I send this energy
back cleansed
back cleansed
to everyone and anyone, known and unknown,
to everyone and anyone, known and unknown,
that it actually belongs to.
that it actually belongs to.
And I release all emotional attachments,
And I release all emotional attachments
all the times
to all the times
I took time for myself
I took time for myself
and I felt guilty.
and I felt guilty.
And I send these memories
And I send these memories
back into the past
back into the past
where they actually belong.
where they actually belong.
And I restore
And I restore
the right energy flow and balance
the right flow and energy balance
to my chest.
to my chest.
So let's take a breath, hold it to as long as you can, and then you're going to blow it out with force. So, when thinking of taking some time off for yourself, and let's assume you're there, taking some time off being with yourself, from 1 to 10, how strong is the guilt?
2.
Okay.
Like, I'm ready for bed now. like the
So, okay, so I could try to bring it down to 0 if you want. We can do one more round. I'm a little, perfectionist. So, is there one more thing that's holding this guilt? One word or one sentence.
Connections.
You're going to miss out on connections?
I guess that's the fear that just came up, right? Like, yeah.
Even though
Even though
I have this guilt, is it still in the chest or it moved somewhere else?
it's more in the shoulders.
even though I have this guilt in my shoulders,
Even though I have this guilt in my shoulders,
that if I take time for myself,
that if I take time for myself,
I'm going to miss out on connections.
that I'm going to miss out on connections.
And I honor this is what I'm saying.
And I am honoring this what I'm saying.
And I'm open to find a place of peace.
And I'm open to find a place of peace.
And even though
And even though
I have this guilt on my shoulders,
I have this guilt on my shoulders,
that taking time for myself, I'll miss out on connections.
that if I'm taking time for myself, I'll miss out on connections.
And those connections are important to me.
And those connections are important to me.
That's why I feel guilty in my chest.
That's why I feel guilty in my chest.
But there's a part of me that's ready to heal it.
There's a part of me that's ready to heal it.
And I know there's a reality
And I know there's a reality
where I can do both.
where I can do both.
So I'm open to honoring my emotions.
So I'm open to honoring my emotions.
And even though
And even though
there's so much guilt in my shoulders,
there's so much guilt in my shoulders,
that taking time off, I have the fear of missing out. I'm a FOMO fear of missing out with my connections.
I have this fear of missing out on my connections.
And I'm aware there's another reality where I do both.
And I'm aware there's another reality where I do both.
And I can choose that reality.
And I can choose that reality.
So I honor what it is that I'm feeling.
So I honor what it is I'm feeling.
And I'm ready to clear what's in my way.
And I'm ready to clear what's in my way.
This guilt on my shoulders,
This guilt on my shoulders,
it's not my fault.
it's not my fault.
I was programmed.
I was programmed.
And in the past, it may have served me.
And in the past, it may have served me.
So I thank it for that.
So I thank it for that.
And in the past, I did that the best I could given the circumstances.
And in the past, I did the best I could given the circumstances.
There's nothing I could have done differently.
There's nothing I could have done differently.
So I now choose
So I now choose
to clear this guilt
to clear this guilt
from its deepest roots,
from its deepest roots,
from every cell of my body.
from every cell of my body.
I clear this guilt
I clear this guilt
from its deepest roots, from every cell of my body.
from its deepest roots, from every cell of my body.
Guilt's not serving me.
Guilt's not serving me.
Guilt is an emotion that actually does not serve us
Guilt is actually an emotion that does not serve us
and does not exist in the higher realms.
and does not exist in the higher realms.
So I now choose
So I now choose
to let this guilt go,
to let this guilt go
because I am choosing
because I am choosing
to align into the reality
to align into the reality
where I spend time with myself
where I spend time with myself
and allocate some time with my connection.
and allocate some time with my connections.
It's a win-win for all
It's a win-win for all
because I get more clarity on my path
because I get more clarity on my path
and more intuition to work with my clients.
and more intuition to work with my
And
clients.
I can see myself
And I can see myself
in this reality. So now I want you to tell me as we're tapping, what do you hear when you are in this new reality where you have taken time for yourself?
I hear clapping.
You're clapping. And what do you see?
My husband is like celebrating. He's like, finally.
Excellent. And what are you feeling?
Peace.
Okay. And how have you impacted your reality by doing that?
I have impacted my reality by stopping the chaos. I get to choose.
Okay. And how do your clients see you?
The words safe and predictable come forward.
Okay. So I let go of this guilt
I let go of this guilt
and I'm ready to step
and I'm ready to step in.
in this reality where my husband's celebrating with me.
In this reality where my husband is celebrating with me,
I'm in a peaceful environment,
I'm in a peaceful environment,
chaos free,
chaos free,
and loving myself
and loving myself.
that I took time to listen to myself.
That I took time to listen to myself.
Okay, so take a breath. Let's hold it and then let's see what comes up.
Immediately, I'm like, okay, bye guys, I'm gonna go take time for myself.
So, how's the guilt?
There's none right now.
Okay, so let's do the next step, which we didn't do last.
Okay.
I was going to do brain and heart coherence, but it's going to be too complicated for here. So I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to find a very happy memory. You don't have to tell us what the memory is. Just find it. Step into it.
Okay.
Feel what you felt then, but feel it now. Hear what you heard then and hear it now. See what you saw then and see it now. And maybe a smile comes up in your face for that. And step into it, reliving what you relived then now. And when it's fully strong, just nod. So feel it inside of your head. So bring it from your crown chakra, bring it inside your body so it fills your head, your shoulders, especially, and your chest. It goes all the way down to the body. And then radiate it around your heart. And when it's very strong, and send it to the room and send it to the audience on TikTok. Send it to everybody here so they can get the benefits too. And when you're fully content, nod. You're going to keep your eyes closed though. Okay, so now I want you to go into the future. Find the perfect version of you. Oh, you found her? Introduce her, and transmit love from your heart to her heart. Tell her you're from the past and you're here to observe. There's no judgment on your behalf. And I'm sure she's going to say yes. And now just take a few minutes, watch what she's doing, what she's wearing, what she's how she's breathing, how she's spending her time and what she's feeling. And take your time, a few minutes till you're fully content. There's no need for rushing for this. Just trying to find my plan. Okay, so now merge with her. So you will step into her body and now do exactly what she was doing. Everything. Who's around her, what she's doing, what she's feeling. Focus mostly on her feelings, her posture, how she's breathing, and whatever's taking place. And when you're completely done, nod. So we're going to ask her to come to your timeline. So she's going to come right now to your timeline and ask her some questions, but ask them aloud for the audience. But I do have one question that I will propose for her. What is it that you need to do? And should you be taking time off for yourself? And tell me what the answer is after we have asked that.
Don't need to do anything, and yes, time for yourself.
Okay. Is there something, let her see your life and ask her, where does she think you need to make a change?
In my scheduling.
Okay. And what does she propose?
Clearing stuff off my plate.
Clearing stuff off your plate. And let's ask her if she can be kind enough. And I'm sure she is. Can she just guide you and tell you, where did you learn this pattern? How old were you? Or does she have a memory? And sometimes it doesn't always show up, but maybe she does. Where this pattern or imprint, as I call it, shows up.
I'm just getting the number 5.
Okay. Do you remember what was happening at the age of 5 for you?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay. Do you want to ask her any questions?
No, it just feels more like confirmation, maybe because we've had lots of conversations.
Okay. So from now on, you're merged and say, thank you. If you want to release her, we can release her.
Thank you, and I'll see you next time.
And what we're going to do, since you loved re-imprinting, we're going to re-imprint. But if you want to, well, let's just go ahead and do the re-imprint because it'll take too much time. I wanted you to jump on your timeline. So I want you to give me a image of you having time for yourself and still have some ability to do your connections. So give me an image that would portray that.
Like a scenario?
No, just an image. Maybe you're sitting somewhere and your schedule is half full. Just an image.
Um, I'm sitting in my office.
Okay. Sitting in your office. And what is the new emotion and the new belief?
That I don't have to be busy to earn time to just connect with myself.
Can we reframe it in a positive and without the don't? I know I'm a pest.
Yeah,
I'm
no, no,
sorry.
no, 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 no. I get to just enjoy connecting with myself on a slower pace.
I get to enjoy connecting with myself on a slower pace with myself. Okay. And what is the emotion?
Playful.
Oh, wonderful. And what color does this picture have?
Immediately purple comes up.
Okay. So keep your eyes closed. You're going to breathe in this lovely liquid purple image that you're sitting with by yourself in your office. And this liquid purple energy is filled with playfulness. And the message, I get to enjoy connecting with myself on a slower pace. And you can feel it coming down from the top of your head, entering your head, filling your forehead, the back of your head, coming forward on your face, the back of the head, the lower back of the head, the nose, the mouth. And by doing that, you're creating new neurological pathways so you can have that experience. And now you're going to breathe it in. You're going to take a deep breath and you're going to breathe it inside of your body. So it's going to fill your throat, especially your shoulders and your chest. So this lovely purple liquid picture where you're sitting and enjoying time with yourself, sitting in your office, and you get to enjoy and connect with yourself on a slower pace. It's coming down your shoulders, the chest, the lower chest, the upper abdomen, the lower abdomen, the arms, the pelvic floor, the legs, the thighs, the legs, and the feet. So by doing that, you will actually create and align for that experience. And we all know this is a vibrational universe. So by you feeling playful, which you are, and feeling I get to enjoy and connect with myself on a slower pace, you say that to the universe, and the universe will give you more of it. So every time you're playful, you get more of it. Every time you say, I get to enjoy and connect with myself on a slower pace, the universe gives you that back. So you're going to breathe it in your heart and you're going to radiate around your body, everywhere around your body, this energetic, playful purple liquid picture where you're sitting in your office. And I will give you the steps, but you will take your time. So don't do it fast. You're going to find yourself before you were conceived. So before you were conceived, and you're going to find all versions of you, maybe one for each year in your head, or send it up the timeline till the now, till as long as you're going to live. Maybe 200, I don't know, whatever age you pick. And you're going to send that image, that lovely, playful, purple liquid. I get to enjoy and connect with myself on a slower pace. You're going to do that for yourself. And since your mother is here, you're going to do that for your mother. You're going to do it for your husband. And I believe you have children, and you're going to do it for your children. So take all of your time to do every single one of them. By doing that, you're updating the first one for yourself. You're changing every version of yourself. So this reality for you is getting an update. As for the other people, they're getting an update of your memory, how you're going to be showing up for them, which is why I picked all those characters, your mom, your husband. So take your time, but remember you're feeling playful. This liquid picture is filling everybody. And when you're ready, so it's going to take a few minutes because we have a few people, nod. So now you're going to take this lovely purple liquid, playful picture and you're going to blast it across all times, spaces, dimensions, realities throughout all eternity. And when you're complete, you can open your eyes. How are you feeling?
Light, tired, uh, like a weight has been lifted. Yeah.
So, because we're in a reality, we have to go from thinking to doing and to being. And I'm going to put you on the spot with your audience here. What is one action that you commit on this issue to take within the next 24 hours?
This was just a confirmation because it was already on my heart. I am going to remove scheduling that I already have, like standing appointments and things like that for like the next month or two.
Excellent. Congratulations. So we vanished some of the guilt. So when guilt now shows up, you will recall, you don't have to do all the steps. You
Mm,
bring in this playful purple, and the color might change and the image might change a little bit. You bring in this playful purple image and you just bring it inside your body and you radiate it around the heart. So
okay.
sometimes we need to do it a few days. You don't have to do a whole ceremony or anything. Just 3 minutes, bringing it down so it gets activated because you already have it in you.
I love that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I receive all of that. That was absolutely beautiful.
Okay.
Mm,
And
you
you've
guys,
committed to action. So anybody has
yes.
any questions, ready to answer anything they want to know.
Yes, yes. Does anybody have a question? Um, put it in the chat. Thank you for being here and witnessing that. This is what Sophia does with her clients. So you just got a taste of what she does. I'm sure that, you know, she has a little bit more time. Um, but this is how she works. So you got a sneak peek into that and how she can help. You guys saw that in real time. I literally, when I came in, was at a 9 for anxiety and the guilt. It's something that I had been processing all day, but it still felt really heavy. And I could feel it in my body. Definitely um, much more, for lack of better words, confident to move forward in creating that life of a slower pace without that guilt. Did anybody feel anything while we were doing that? A trigger or energy, anything? Everybody's quiet tonight.
Did your mother feel anything?
I'm not sure if she's still in here. Mama, are you in here? She might not be in here anymore. She's like, fuck this shit, I'm out. No, she's probably not. I don't know. Oh, 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 copy that. So she was in the moment and then was taken out of the moment. And so that was tough. And Tara says, I resonated with the context and she was tapping on the screen. I love that. Thank you, Tara. I love you, Mama. It sounds like you need some alone time too. Sophia, do you have anything coming up? Where can people find
Yeah,
you?
I do have something coming up. I have a master class for Change Your Mind, Create Your Results coming up on April 17, and I believe it's 12 noon EST. So it's basically Dr. Joe's Dispenza's program that talks about how we rewire our brain and how your personality creates your personal reality and what we need to do instead of creating from survival to create from creation, being in the state of creation.
Mm,
I think that work with EFT works well, and what it empowers us, and then we break it down. So this is the actual class. I'll give you the model of what we use, not the whole class, but the actual class is a very interactive class with exercises, and it's only taught live to find out what in your own environment is causing you to get stuck. So, in your environment, body, and time. Because what we do is we take classes and then we forget about it and nothing happens, but we need to find what's happening in our own environment. So, we do that live. And then I follow the people up for 30 days. Actually, I think I've changed it to 2 months. So there's a follow up to make sure they're on a momentum. It's a powerful class that was taught to also Coca-Cola, Google, executives and CEOs have taken the class. Dr. Joe Dispenza no longer teaches it, so we teach it. And it changed my life. That's all I can say. And as for the EFT, because people might think it's just for emotion, it actually is a wonderful asset for health challenges.
mm,
So, using some concepts of German new medicine, or metaconsciousness, they're similar. Uh, you find the original imprint, and when you heal the imprint, the disease goes away because all disease is a lowering of frequency. And if you keep, and what we did is re-imprint, and you actually physically connect with your future self. Now you get the faith and the belief that you
mm,
can actually heal, because what holds people back is I've had this condition for so long and I cannot heal. Yet the body is ready to heal when we listen to it. And I think it gives us messages, but we don't know its language because those bodily sensations have terrified us when we were younger because we didn't know how to process them. So
that's
that's what I
huge.
have. I have the master class, and of course, I have my tapping packages and sessions, and then I have a combination of the two. But my personal experience and my personal belief is you only need those two to actually heal. You don't need to go on crazy diets, supplements, energy healings. That's all that's needed to get you back into alignment. And I keep you on the momentum for 80 days, 2 months, right? There is 60 days, 2 months. And then, of course, they can continue with some tapping, and they do a journal for 30 days after they take the class. So they don't stop after the class. They have to do exercises every day, and I will follow them up on the 15th, the 30th, and then so on. That's all I have.
Beautiful. For every uh is that scenario or home every what were you trying to say, Mom? Situation, scenario? You guys, if you're not following Sophia, make sure you're following her. Check her out. Do you have a link tree that's linked to your account, or where can people find you to work with
Okay.
you?
Yes, they can come and tap into yourbestself.com. And my handles are tap into your best self, with an exception. I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on YouTube. I do a lot of educational, scientific based, I mean, not scientific, pure science, but evidence based, I should say, backed by science, on YouTube. I am on TikTok. And on Facebook, it's tapintoyourbestself.org, not .com. So it's the same handle everywhere. And I also offer a complimentary 30-minute session that we can discuss what their options are. And I definitely use German new medicine or meta consciousness, because every disease has a biological cause. And the reason we get disease, the body's not at ease because there's a lowering of frequency. I know we feel it's just the environment, but that's only 30%. 70% of the reason for disease is the stress, and we activated the sympathetic nervous system. I have a client who was working on irrelevant stuff and has been wanting to lose weight all of her life. She's in her 50s. She wanted to lose 30 pounds, but she had a lot of anger and a lot of fear. Once that left, magically, we never worked on her weight. 30 pounds were gone, and in a lesser time than what she wanted to. And then I have another client who's trying to lose weight, but there's so much anger and so much fear. And once the sympathetic nervous system is activated, you can go on any diet to the moon. You're not going to lose an ounce. So that's all I have.
Yeah. So Frosty's question was, my mom's question was, in your opinion, every scenario, like health wise, is linked to that.
Absolutely. All disease. And this is Dr. Joe Dispenza's teachings, Gabor Mate's teaching, and German New Medicine and meta consciousness. All disease is a lowering of frequency. Why? Because we are energetic beings and the body is a battery. And so when there's a blockage, there's the cells do not communicate well, and disease gets created. It doesn't matter what it is. We had blind people see. I'm the first one to be shocked. She was blind for 62 years.
I'll copy that, mom. Amazing. She was agreeing. I don't, she wasn't a question. She was
Oh, I
like,
see.
yes, I got it. Okay. Sophia, you're amazing. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
everybody for being here. We appreciate your time and energy, especially on your fast. You nailed it. Um, thank you. We appreciate you, and see you tomorrow, you guys, for the workshop. It is 4 to 6. That is in my bio. You can check that out. Thank you guys for being here, and thank you, Sophia.
Oh, thank you. And thank you for your patience for last time. And I want everybody to know no matter where they're at, there is a brighter side. You're the creator of your own life, and you can choose to step into the new reality, which already exists on the parallel timeline.
Mm, that's beautiful. Thank you for that reminder. Thank you for the work that you do. We appreciate you.
Thanks. Bye
All
bye.
right, guys, have a good night. Bye.